On this week's episode of Roundabout U, we go to the dogs with a man and his canine friend who are training to make a difference.
We also pamper your pooch with a Doggie Day Spa.
2 high schools create a robot that they hope will win them a national championship.
And finally, we take an up-close look at a generous gift.
I'm Brianna Sill.
And I'm Shelby Sisson. Welcome to Roundabout U. Usually when you walk into a classroom at Murray State University, you expect to see your fellow students and the instructor.
What you don't expect to see is a dog, but he's there to get an education too. He's not there to study history, but instead, he's there to study people.
Well, Warren Edminster, he's my honors English professor. He was really good about having Maggie come to class. I've been to some of the honors program meetings with her, and he sees her and everybody lights up, and so now whenever I take him to class or take her to class with me, and it's a smaller group of students, it's not like 60 or 70 people, and so almost everybody gets a little bit of hands-on experience with Maggie that day. So everybody gets a few pets, they get to calm down a little bit, get a little bit of stress relief.
The reason Maggie is able to attend classes with James is because she is in training to become a therapy dog. Her job is to bring a sense of calm to the people around her.
They're excited and they're relieved at the same time. They're really excited, oh my God, there's a dog. And then when that dog is just really mellow and just lets them do whatever they want to do, they perk up and, whatever, they came in the door with a frown, well, now they're leaving with a smile. But I get a lot of, oh man, you don't see that every day, or hey, can I pet your dog? And, it lights up everybody's face either way though.
James said Maggie's temperament is what makes her such a joy for people to be around.
Just kind of got to do whatever you want to her kind of temperament. She's a really great dog. I haven't met any other dog with a better temperament or disposition. Just yesterday we were putting in IV catheters and she fell asleep in the middle of it. I've never seen her get angry or anything like that.
And that is one of the main reasons James decided Maggie would make an excellent therapy dog.
Well, I knew she already had that disposition that, and whenever I met her, I was instantly relaxed. And every time I see other people meet her too, they just get a big smile on their face. Whatever worries they had in the day, they're gone. And so it's like, well, I would end up, she does it anyway. So I guess the certification would just come naturally. So that way I'm legally, allowed to do everything that we already do. She's pretty much trained. We're just waiting for the test. We haven't figured out when the test is going to be, but once we have it, she'll be technically certified as a therapy dog.
James knew Maggie was a special dog from the minute they met. The love Maggie was able to express to humans shone through her almost immediately.
I got a call from animal control that said that someone had just dumped off a black dog and her puppies off at the shelter. It was like 8:30 on a Sunday night. She was 30 minutes away. She wanted to know if I can get there a little bit sooner. So I went there, and she was out running around, and she had all of her puppies out running around. And so I pulled up. There's nobody there. I'm like, great, it's a feral mama dog with all of her puppies. She's probably going to try to kill me. And there was nobody around to save me. So I was like, all right, we'll go and we'll figure it out. So I got out of my car, and I knelt down to test her temperament, and she walked right up to me, set her paw down, set her head on my lap. And I was like, oh, you're the one.
James is incredibly thankful to Murray State for giving him such a special environment to train Maggie in.
Well, going to Murray State, all of the instructors here are really, really great about if I ask them, hey, can I bring my dog here? I'm training her to be a therapy dog, and it all will, she's a great dog, she'll just lay down. If they may be skeptical at first, but once they go through that first class and she just sits there, she visits a few of the students. She definitely helps out.
But James and Maggie's ultimate goal is clear: to put a smile on people's faces.
The goal, is just to help other people. Kind of helps myself to keep a low-stress lifestyle. But whenever I see the looks on everybody's faces, whenever she walks in, it just makes my day much better. So the ultimate goal is to just put smiles on everybody's face.
A lot of Maggie's time is spent at the Carmen Pavilion on Murray State's campus. This is where the animal health technology and pre-veterinary medicine programs are held, where students are able to get hands-on experience. One of those hands-on experiences is the Doggie Day Spa, where members of the community bring their pets to be pampered. About 250 dogs, plus a handful of cats, left Murray State's campus clean and happy after the Veterinary Tech Pre-Veterinary Club hosted its biannual Doggie Day Spa. Murray's veterinary students get up close and personal with Murray's four-legged friends while gaining hands-on experience that will translate to their future careers. The select few animals that students work with 1 to 2 hours a week in class is no comparison to the amount of practice available at the Doggie Day Spa event.
So this is a lot of dogs and a lot of different dogs. Our dogs here are really used to being worked on, so they just basically sit there. But these dogs, some of them are used to it and some of them aren't. So it's a good experience for more of like the clinical setting where you don't know what dog is coming in. And so it's more hands-on for that kind of thing. We learn how to do the skills in class, but then this is more of a real life setting.
Doggie Day Spa offers a variety of services for the animals at a reasonable price. From ear cleaning and nail trimming to bathing and drying, multiple students in the club are assigned to work at each station for the day.
So if they're not as comfortable doing something, it's a good learning experience for them to get to talk to the older students, because we do have older students that are here too, so they can get extra experience and extra practice. So we kind of encourage them to go places that they're not as comfortable, because that's what Doggie Day Spa is really for them to learn more. But there's 3 different stations for if they're getting microchipped.
Doggie Day Spa is the vet club's way of fundraising, furthering their own education and also getting involved with the Murray community. The event has been very well supported each semester and continues to grow.
I think it's so well attended because we really do provide a great service for the community. I think we provide a very affordable and good quality service. We're happy to take on as many people as we can, and the dogs hopefully always leave happier and clean and looking good, and that's our goal.
A lot of planning goes into such a big fundraising event. Stocking up on supplies for each station is probably the most time-consuming aspect, although advertising for the event must be well executed also.
And so we'll put up signs a couple weeks ahead of time around the community, just letting them know that Doggie Day Spa is going on. And the Humane Society is really helpful too. They'll send out emails to all of their list server and tell them that there's an event going on this weekend.
Multiple organizations in the Murray community were excited to get involved with the Doggie Day Spa as well.
Yeah, the Humane Society is here. They always offer microchipping. Also, Little Shop of Collars is here selling collars and different goods. We actually also have some fundraisers going on for other students outside of our club. Without our faculty we have and the support from Murray State, none of this would be possible. And all the students who show up, I mean, we have over 100 students here willing to put in extra time and get this hands-on experience, and all that combined with good attitudes and hard work ethic, it really sets Murray State apart.
At the end of this month, the Murray Callaway robotics team will be headed to a regional competition that could lead them to a championship. They've been working for weeks to get ready for the competition and claim victory as their own. This is It's Doug, a specialty robot created by the Murray Callaway robotics team, or the Robo Racers. There are 22 members to the robotics team, all of whom come from the Callaway County and Murray High robotics clubs, and they have come together to build a robot. It takes a special kind of student to help build a robot, even as part of a team. These students were more than ready to take on the challenge.
Well, I've always been interested in engineering and the engineering process involved. And my dad heard about the robotics club, and I saw the robot driving around in front of Murray High School one day, so I asked some people where I could sign up, and I came to a meeting.
When a student decides to join the robotics team, they join a legacy of exceptional students who have come together to compete in the U.S. First Robotics Competition.
We're now in our 6th season. We compete in the U.S. First or First Robotics Competition, and we have students from both Murray High School and Callaway County High School that participate on the team, and we've had a number of sponsorships over the years, and we're very fortunate that students get involved and stay involved usually year after year until they graduate.
This particular robot had a lot of specifications to the build, The team had only 6 weeks to build the robot that they would use at the competition.
Most of what's over there I built up in a CAD software called SolidWorks. It's something that I think there's a couple courses for in Murray State even. And so we had to design everything beforehand because since we're using carbon fiber, it's really important that we get it right the first time because you can't really guess and check with a material that takes 15, 20 hours to make just one piece. So you have to make sure you're doing that right. You also have to make sure your mechanical systems work. You have to make sure your electronics can be routed through somewhere. You have to make sure of a lot of things.
There were a lot of specifications the robot had to meet in that short build time. Programming had to match up with the hardware, so everything had to be carefully coordinated by the students themselves to make sure their robot would work. And every part had to fill every requirement.
There's an autonomous mode where the robot runs by itself, and it's the first 20 seconds of the game. And the rest of it's teleop, where you control the robot. A human driver actually drives it.
This level of coordination taught the students how to effectively work as a team.
We need a lot of teamwork. We all have to look at it together, and it's harder when we're not together.
When the team was designing the robot, they were keeping in mind this year's competition. Every year, FIRST, or For Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology, holds a robotics competition. Each team gets sent a box of parts without instructions and a manual of the gameplay they will be competing at. This year's game is called Stronghold. The robots will have to carry a dodgeball or boulder across an obstacle course and then fire it into a high goal or a low goal. This club isn't just about a competition, though. Teachers are excited about the opportunity this provides students to get hands-on experience.
It's completely different than the classroom because in the classroom we're more about learning skills, learning new skills, but when we get here we're applying them more. So they take what they learn in the classroom and then they apply it. And it's like the captain from last year, Ian Smith, and then Mathai, who's absolutely awesome at SolidWorks. They learned those skills in the classroom, and they didn't really know how they were going to apply them. But then when they started, getting involved in this program.
The Murray Callaway Robotics team is sponsored by the Murray State University Institute of Engineering and MSU Regional Outreach Program in an effort to get these students to excel. This next competition will be the Smoky Mountain Regional First Robotics Competition, held on March 31st through April 2nd. If the team wins their matches, they go on to the championship in St. Louis at the end of April. There will be 50 teams competing at the event, so be sure to go support the Robo Racers.
Murray State University is always looking for ways to enhance its classrooms for faculty and students. Thanks to a generous donation from the United States Food and Drug Administration's Forensic Chemistry Center, Murray State students now have the opportunity to utilize a powerful piece of technology. Murray State's Hancock Biological Station, located on Kentucky Lake, is now home to an environmental scanning electron microscope. The microscope allows for research at Murray State that was once not possible.
Now we can do things right here, or that if faculty wanted to do it, they would have to go to some other university, such as UK or Vanderbilt. We have a lot of involvement in this from a number of the departments within the college, and we're hoping to have involvement from other colleges as well.
The microscope comes from the United States Food and Drug Administration's Forensic Chemistry Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. A Murray State alumnus of the biology department, Frank Plattick is at the helm of the FDA's Forensic Chemistry Center Microscopy Analysis and Research Section. He helped see that Murray State could benefit from the microscope.
You kind of keep your undergraduate school in your heart, knowing that they had the biology station here, knowing that the university has expanded so much, and it's just a chance, since no other federal agencies had expressed an interest in this particular one when we offered it. Our laboratory said, "Do you know of someplace?" And I said, "Well, let me contact Murray State," and there were no objections.
He knew we had the expertise here to run it. We have a wonderful technician who's been doing microscope work for 30 years.
The microscope will allow for examination of a specimen by magnifying it almost 100,000 times. Researchers can examine the small details of just about anything that can be put under the microscope.
whether it be a pollen grain or a fly or an insect or even metal, that you might want to look at perfections or how it was designed.
The ability to use that microscope to look at what we would class as classical samples for the electron microscope, the bug heads, the bits of tissues, sections of rock, things like that. But to go a step beyond, we'll be able to look at soft tissues, organic tissues, things that are actually wet. We'll be able to look at small particles and tell specifically what they're made of.
During his visit to Murray State to help the staff at the biological station install parts of the microscope, Platek gave a seminar for students discussing casework from his laboratory at the FDA Forensic Chemistry Center.
The applications of light microscopy, electron microscopy, and various spectroscopies applied to different types of casework that we've done in our laboratory. And we specialize in counterfeiting, counterterrorism, tampering, and fraud of products regulated by the Food and Drug Administration.
Platek's seminar was in the same room where he attended classes as an undergraduate at Murray State.
The biology, the chemistry that I received, especially my physics, all of those have come into play in all of the jobs that I've had with the federal government. I've been a scientist for this July, it'll be 40 years with the federal government.
Students will have the chance to utilize the microscope, but only after going through a 5-week training course during the summer.
And we take them through every step of the process, from how to mount the specimens, how to coat them, how to clean them, and how to get them very well prepared to go under the microscope itself. Then, once they're trained, they wind up doing their own project.
Not many universities will have an instrument of this caliber. They'll be able to use that in student research, faculty research here at the university.
The Office of Multicultural Affairs held a fashion show, which benefited the United Way. The show highlighted how style is not the only thing that has changed throughout the years. We sent Tiara Reese to find out more.
In honor of Black History Month and the anniversary of Murray State's 60th year of desegregation, the fashion show was held to represent equality over the past 60 years in a unique way. The fashion pieces showcased each decade, starting from the 50s up until present day.
In 1955 was when the first African-American student was admitted to Murray State. And also I'm just saying a little bit about Black history throughout the decades, just to kind of tie it all together and keep us focused on what we're here to celebrate.
Music for each time period was also represented during the Models Walk. The intermission entertainment was rapped and sung by fellow students, with one of the songs being a cover of A Change Is Going to Come by artist Sam Cooke.
Because I'm modeling in the 50s and 60s, and that song came out in the 60s, and then also the theme of the show is across the decades, so I thought I would pick an old song, and that was the song I chose.
The show featured influential Murray State models such as the Racerette Dance Team, Mr. MSU, and the president of the Student Black Council. They were happy to play a part in the celebration of 60 years this university has been desegregated.
I'm so involved. So like for them to ask me to do this and me to be able to be a part of it is like great. And then come to be around students of all levels, freshmen, sophomores, seniors, juniors, so it was well put together. We enjoyed it and it was a success.
Not only has this fashion show showcased how far Murray State has come over the past 60 years, but also provides a chance to give back to the community.
Well, we didn't want to charge people, but we thought, hey, this would be a great way to raise money for a great charity. So SGU presented to me, hey, we can donate to the United Way. So we could get canned goods or $1, and everything that we receive would be beneficial to them.
United Way does so much, and why not put forth, something to give back to a community and to a good organization, a good cause that can help Murray State and also help the Warren May office grow.
The Across the Decades fashion show recognized the accomplishments Murray State has achieved over the years and is continuing to make a difference in the community with the donations raised.
St. Jude Up Till Dawn is a fundraiser that recently took place on Murray State's campus, which encouraged students and community members to participate in competitions throughout the night. The funds raised by each person went towards the kids and families of St. Jude. Here to tell us more on how that night made an impact is Michael Isaac. Michael, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me here.
So can you tell us a little bit more about what Up Till Dawn is?
Sure. So Up Till Dawn is a campus fundraiser that was started back in about 1999 by St. Jude, and it works on about 50 different campuses throughout the United States. And this year, we started fundraising about April of 2015, and we were able to raise about $27,000 this year. And with that, we had about 100 or 120 participants come up and stay up with us all night to celebrate how much we were able to fundraise.
So how long do you guys stay up during that night?
We stay up from about 11 p.m. all the way till about 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning. It's called Up Till Dawn because we wanted to show our support for the families and the kids that usually they have to stay up through lots of very difficult nights as the children are getting treatment for their cancer. And so it's called Up Till Dawn as a way for college students around the United States to stay up with the families and the patients of St. Jude.
So how much money was raised during the night?
This year, we were able to raise over $27,000. It was really incredible to see how all the participants were able to reach out to families or community members. We got a lot of support from different community organizations as well. For example, the Rotary Club of Murray, they were very generous in their donations as well. And it was really wonderful to see how, despite all the differences in student organizations, fraternities and sororities, international students also participated. It was really neat to see how everybody kind of put aside their individual differences and really focused on this cause to raise so much money. And what's really kind of inspiring about what happened this year was this event happened last year as well on campus, and it took place about February as well. But because of all the weather that we had at the end of February last year, the event actually got canceled. They were able to raise about $7,000 or $8,000 last year, it's still a great amount of money. But this year, the executive board really took the initiative, and there were a lot of people who really wanted to start fundraising early, and they were able to raise a lot of money this year, and it was so incredible to see how everybody worked together on this.
Well, congratulations on your successful event.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Mm-hmm.
The TRIO programs are a source of help and encouragement for students ranging from those not yet in college to those that are looking toward graduate school.
Oh, I mean, that's why we do this.
At Murray State, the TRIO programs focus on students who are first-generation college students, those with low-income backgrounds, military veterans, and students with disabilities.
What we do is go in and give them counseling and support to help them graduate from high school and actually help them do the college and career search, help them become college ready, and also help them achieve the grades that they need to get in order to get into college and do the ACT, SAT test, whatever they need to do in order to get into college.
You know, it's providing this kind of opportunity to a large number of students that helps them decide where they really want to go with their career.
The programs that make up TRIO are the Adventures in Math and Science program, Student Support Services, and the McNair Post-Baccalaureate Achievement Program. Around 400 students participate in Murray State's programs.
I think one of our friends was going to Ames, the Ames program. He's like, why don't y'all do this? Ever since then, so then we talked to Dr. Starr, and she got us into the program. Ever since then, it's just been an experience that I've never regretted.
My career has been working to change undergraduate education from something that looks like 4 more years of high school to something that looks more like graduate school. Because when you get to do as opposed to just read about, it makes a huge difference.
To date, an estimated 5 million students nationally have graduated college with the support of TRIO programs. One more student from Murray State will soon be added to the list.
I've been here since my freshman year. I was a little freshman baby here. So this will be I'll be graduating in May, so this will be my 6th year doing it, part of this service.
All of these programs believe that education is the key to changing lives and creating successful individuals.
For me, it's very rewarding because I am a former TRIO student. I was a student in the talent search program when I'm from Louisville, Kentucky originally, and then I was also a student in the student support services program here at Murray State. So it's giving back, exactly what everybody was talking about today during their speeches and stuff, giving back to the university and giving back to something that has been rewarding for me, has been a very special part of my career thus far with the TRIO programs.
That's all the time we have for today. If you missed a part of today's show, you can always check us out on the web at roundaboutu.com.
And follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm Shelby Sisson.
And I'm Brianna Sell. Thanks for watching Roundabout U.